We got the vibe, fun and friendly all the time. Draft and play and feel the rise. Magic moments in our eyes.
Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic here, back doing a best of 3 Aetherdrift draft. Okay, rare is Duretti Racketeer Engineer. Power equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Whenever it enters or attacks, choose target artifact in your graveyard. You may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. It's not bad. Greatest mana value among artifacts you control. So this is probably gonna do best, I assume, in red-blue, but also do good in red-black. And when it enters, so you get your best artifact back. This potentially has high upside. I mean, the other options are really like Armory, maybe. If you have enough vehicles, you can build towards that. Hazard of the Dunes and the Ketrodon are good. But we could try the rare out. I'm all for trying rares, especially since I haven't played this format a lot. But that ability does seem pretty good, especially if you have like treasure tokens or, you know, stronger artifacts in the yard. Well, Tyrox is a 2-mana 4/1. Doesn't seem terrible. Doesn't go great with our first pick, but all creatures and vehicles lose indestructible, then destroy all creatures and vehicles. Well, that's a board wipe. Pretty hard to board wipe with cycling. I have no idea what someone would take over that, but I'm certainly not going to pass it. Board wipes are still good. Let's take this Ligorian Soul of Alacria. 2-mana 1/1 flyer. It's got saddle. Oh, that's a good card. Wow. Yeah, that gets strong. Other decent picks, another Hazard of the Dunes. Broken Wings is main deckable, but yeah, it feels like an easy straight up board wipe to me. So there's Adrenaline Jockey, 3-mana 3/3. Whenever player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, deals 4 damage to them. I mean, that's pretty strong. And then exhaust abilities. But there's Thunderhead Gunner, which I really like this card a lot. It's kind of a weird route to go if we do end up white-red. Because you'd think of it more as like a token-y, go wide sort of strategy. But I really do like this card a lot. 4/5 reach. Reach is relevant. Just rummaging for free is very relevant and limited. Another Hazard of the Dunes. Jeez. I'm going to take the Thunderhead Gunner. I like this card. I think it plays well. Yes, it's expensive, but this format is on the slower side. Wait a second. 3-mana 4/4, Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from graveyards. Okay, I see. This is going to be actually pretty tough to get cards in exile is the problem. So I can see that not being that great here. But Ride's End is perfectly playable removal. Or we could actually take this Spike Spitter, which is a good card too. Extra spells, card advantage. I could see taking that over removal. I think particularly since we're not necessarily white yet, even though our strongest card is the white card, and this is solid removal. I really do like Ride's End, but this card is very good. That's good max speed value effect. Galagoda is good too. I'm going to go with the Spike Spitter. It might be wrong, but if we can cut red for now, I think I'd be happy doing that. Yeah, and now I can take Fuel the Flames and feel really good about it. There's just times it's going to be excellent, and we can always cycle it if it's not being excellent for us. Otherwise, there's Ether Jacket and Sarcophagus, I guess. Fang Guardian, yeah. Kickoff Celebrations, and Grim Bauble. But we'll take Fuel the Flames, yeah. We'll see what color's wheeling before we decide our second color. Let's just cut red. Let's see what we can figure out. Well, Road Rage is hard to pass. 1-mana removal with upside. There's Burner Rocket. Haunt the Network is a sweet card. A couple playable white cards, but like I said, we're not necessarily white. I think you just slam the 1-mana removal. So, yeah, still trying to figure out our second color. I'd like it to be white. We'd play, like I said, we'd end up playing a really bizarre white-red deck. More of a mid-range, but maybe that even does better in this format. Ironclad. I guess it cycles. 6 power Menace is not bad. There's Light Shield parry as well, but we'll just keep cutting red. I mean, Apocalypse Runner is kind of cool. Let's just take the Ironclad. Or I could take the Compactor. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Compactor. We can get it back with the ready too. Not that that's amazing, but if you need removal sometimes, I'm going to take the removal over the Ironclad. I don't really think the Ironclad's all that great anyway. And we're a slower deck, I guess. This Grease Wrench Goblin, on the other hand, I do like. I like Gilded Goda too, especially with the ready. I can see that making sense because you can sack the treasure token, get your best artifact back. There's a decent argument for that. It also has synergy with Road Rage because it's a mount. That's a weird one. It's an uncommon, and that effect is good. I love the Rummage, but I'm going to go with the Goda on this over the Compactor too. I think that effect is pretty good. So, Alacrian Army, or Armory rather. White-red going for a vehicle plan. I mean, we're not a beatdown deck, so I don't love the Burner Rocket. All right, we'll... Actually, Stall Out's not a bad card either. I just don't know if blue is actually open. I'm going to take the Armory. It just makes sense. We already have the board wipe. There's no reason to not go down that plan further. So there's Catalyzer, Mechanic, and Tyrox. And there's also Windscarred Crag for some fixing. We need some more cheap things, and 2 mana 4/1 seems fine to me. Although, actually, Catalyzer's probably better because it's got the Start Your Engine effect, and we have the Spike Spitter, so I'll take that. And I guess ramping randomly could be good too. So Surveyor also has Start Your Engine, or I could take Tranquil Cove for potential splash, but we'll take Surveyor. Unfortunately, these 2 toughness creatures aren't the best. So there's Raceway, which is free Start Your Engine, or there's Skybox Ferry. I'm going to take this because it's a vehicle for a Alacrian Army. It's got flying and it cycles. Kickoff Celebrations, playable. Not great, but playable. All right. Wow. Well, this card's really good. But I think we're probably looking at Crash and Burn, I'm guessing. Otherwise, there's Collision Course and Mustang, which is a mount. But how many? We have like no creatures, right? 6. That's pretty light. But I'll take Crash and Burn. This is excellent removal. 4 mana instant speed. God, Sabotage Strategist is so good. But yeah, we'll go Crash and Burn for now. Take the removal. So Dynamite Diver's kind of whatever. Probably take the Lynx, particularly since it's a mount for Road Rage and it survives Fuel the Flames. It's pretty good incentive. And it's just a good card. Get you extra mana. And it's a lifelinker. Just buys you time. It's a good card. I think it's an easy pick. I really like Nesting Bot a lot. I think it works really well with Duretti. 2 things you can sacrifice. Just really nice. But there's just no way I can pass a Lightning Strike here. Too good. Rover Blades is another card that would potentially be good with the Armory, but we'll go ahead and take Lightning Strike. So this is an artifact for exhaust abilities, I guess. Our Artillerist is actually looking really, really good now because we've got a lot of cyclers in here, I think. I thought we did. Well, maybe we don't. There's 1. Why did I think we had a bunch of cyclers? 2, 3? Well, I thought we had more, but it's still early enough where we could pick this. I guess this makes artifacts cheaper, but you know, Duretti may not even be able to make this deck unless we get some real powerhouse artifacts. But you know what? I'll take the Artillerist. Go for a Cycler. Plan is not bad. Okay, options now. So we have the Paragon. It gets double strike until end of turn. It's not really what we need. Could take the Flyer. Could take another Skybox Fairy, get another Cycler. At least the Fairy is a flyer that's, you know, good with Armory. Blockbuster is sort of removal, but we don't have a lot to sack to it either. I think I'll take the Fairy for the cycling effect. I actually kind of like this Disciple. But yeah, maybe I should have taken the Disciple. What does this do? Exile up to one target artifact or creature, return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Wow, another board wipe? Well, I think we'll take that. Oh man, Artillerist number 2 would be really nice, but this effect is way too strong to pass. Save your best creature. I want the Artillerist. I want the Night Market, but yeah, I'm going to take the board wipe rare. All right, could take some fixing here. Otherwise, there's another Compactor and a Light Shield Parry for more cycling, but I'll take... we've got a whole nother pack. I want more cyclers, but I'm going to take the Verge rather. Just makes more hands keepable. It's hard to pass that. Wow, pick 8 Lightning Strike? That's insane. Mustang, playable. It's a mount. It's good with Road Rage. It survives Fuel the Flames. It's got upside. Yeah. Could take the Launcher. You do get some artifacts out of it for Duretti. Could take Ether Jacket. I'm going to take the Jacket. This card always disappoints me, but Assailant versus Fairy. Yeah, we can just keep taking Fairies and cycle. If we don't get an Artillerist, we're going to be in trouble, but another cycle value card. 3 Fairies is probably too much, but whatever. We've got the Armory. See how good it is. All right, last pack. Fearless Swashbuckler. I don't think we're splashing for that. I don't think we have that many pirates anyway. Oh, we have a couple. Canadian Volter. I mean, it's okay. Our vehicles kind of already fly though, so I don't need it. It's a Spire Mech Cycle, dude. It's got haste, tap, another untap mounter vehicle you control becomes an artifact. Put a counter on it for each mounter vehicle you control other than this vehicle. Well, I mean, if we end up playing a bunch of vehicles, that could be good. Otherwise, there's Surveyor, in case I don't have enough early things. It's got Starter Engine. Maybe I try the Mech Cycle out. I mean, that effect is definitely good if with enough mounts. We have 3 mounts and 3 vehicles, so this potentially could be insane. Bulwark Ox. Well, it's yet another. Yeah, it's a mount. Good ability. Protection. Light Shield Parry on the wheel wouldn't be bad. Another Gunner I would easily take, but we'll take the cheap upside mount for sure. All right, Sundial Dawn Tyrant is 2-drop 3/3, which honestly is still certainly good enough. I think Duretti's kind of not looking good enough, although I guess we have Fairies. It's probably not good enough. But I want Night Market too. I mean, technically we already have a deck. I could take the Night Market and just get another Cycler. But 2 mana 3/3 is still good enough, I think. I would hope 2 mana 3/3 is good enough. And there's some things we could upgrade too. Like we probably don't need to play a Surveyor or Ether Jacket necessarily. I don't know if Duretti's good enough to make this deck. We probably just want to stick to mounts and vehicles and cyclers. So we have at least some sort of theme going. Another mount, take another Goda, or I could take a Gunner. I mean, Gunner is very good. We do have 5 5-drops, 6. Oh, we have a million 5-drops. Never mind. I guess we got to take Goda. I guess the cool thing is you can cycle this and get it back with the ready by sacking a treasure token. That is good. 3 lightning strikes. Wow. Another. Somebody's gonna have 2 catcher mouse. Well, another Alacrian army. Maybe we'll wheel it again. I would totally take it. But 3 lightning strikes is pretty absurd. So we have a lot of cuts to make already. Probably want to keep my cyclers, but we may not be able to. We'll have to figure that out. So we can take the parry now, get another cycler. Because, well, we're a little light on creatures, but I'll do it. I'll take the parry, I'll get the cycler. I just like trying it, I guess. I'm going to take the Disciple now. The lifelink is definitely relevant. I'm going to take it over Catalyzer. I've been more impressed with this card than I thought I would be. I'll say that. So Interface Ace, yeah, it kind of makes sense. But Blockbuster could be some more removal for us. Pretty similar to Ether Jacket, I guess. But it saddles mounts and stuff. And it's a cheap mount saddler blocker. I'm still going to take the Blockbuster. Could be wrong. I don't really care. I don't know if either one makes the deck. So Glider is better with Road Rage and Mech Cycle. That might be enough incentive to just give it a try. I think Surveyor definitely in a vacuum is better, but we'll try out the mount heavy deck, mount vehicle heavy deck. See what we think. Because we did end up getting some pretty solid mounts and vehicles and stuff. All right, another parry, nice. Sure. Got cheap creatures. Cheap trick that cycles is nice. I don't really like Dynamite Diver, but well, this cycles, never mind. I'll take it. Keep all our cyclers, all the parries. So this is pretty interesting now, actually. Wow, getting Grease Fringe Goblin back is actually kind of a gift. It's a good card. Well, we ended up getting enough cyclers. Not having the two artillerists bums me out a little bit, but that's okay. We have just an absolute billion cuts to make. So cycling, I think we could actually do Duretti here. Because we have two ways to get treasures. Let's figure out, let's look at our non-creature cards. Because we can at least cut a couple creatures too. This says cycling. I think just right off the bat, these can go. We just don't need that. Because we have mana sinks too, I think. So look at all of our, this is an insane amount of board wipes too, which is a great place to be. I'm just looking at non-creature cards. I guess vehicles are technically non-creature cards too, aren't they? All of ours just happen to cycle. We've got really crazy good removal. So I could just cut Ether Jacket. Maybe I like Ether Jacket more than Blockbuster though. This can sacrifice itself right when it enters. This takes a turn to set up. But it is like our only flyer. Trying to think of our weakest creatures here. Maybe they both are. With all the removal we have, we could probably cut Blockbuster. Actually, Surveyor can go. This card's whatever. Yeah, we don't need the Surveyor. Artillerist, I'd like to do with all the cyclers. This could really win the game with all these cycling cards. As crazy as that is. And we try out Light Shield Parry. Yeah. Somehow we still ended up being a beatdown deck. But I have to cut an absolute boatload of cards. So let's get off the compactor plan. And do we really need the fairies? I mean, I could even see the argument getting off the armory plan. But we have all these board wipes, so it doesn't really make sense to be aggro. That's tricky. I mean, yeah, I think we're going to stick with the armory plan. I don't think we do 3 fairies. I do want to do the mech cycle. Don't want to cut Crash and Burn. Wow. We're in a tough spot. I got to cut 9 cards, and it should be, well, let's, all the stuff that's for sure staying. It could actually, you know, we probably don't, Feel the Flames is just nice because it does kill a lot of our stuff at this point, though. All right, you know what? Maybe it's got cycling, though. I mean, we could get off the parries, but gosh, parry is such a nice, cheap combat trick. If I cut the Skybox Fairies, it's probably okay, right? because I still have Mech Cycle and double Ironclad and a lot of, I mean, we still have a boatload of cycling. I may have to cut the parries though. This is half of our, basically I can only choose like 4 more things. Yeah, that's tough. So I want to keep Crash and Burn. I want to keep the Ironclads. I want to keep Armory. I want to keep these 2. So that just means I cut those already. And then I still have to make 3 more cuts. Well, Armory is pretty sweet with Ironclad. And this, there's no way I can cut the Armory. So really, jeez. That is tricky. I don't want to cut the Armory because it's so good at the mounts too. Just automatically saddles mounts. It's really nice. And the Ironclads have cycling, so it's good synergy with the Artillerist. But we've cut so many cyclers now that maybe we don't even do the Artillerist. Like, basically, now I'm thinking we cut Artillerist. We bring back, like, Blockbuster, maybe. Or Surveyor. Probably Blockbuster, I'm guessing. So we have at least 15 creatures. And then we cut the Ironclads. Although I don't really want to, but we get off the cycling now at that point. I think my vehicle count is basically nil now, but my mount count is 6, so the mech cycle could be really good. So I only need to cut 1 more card and then we've got a deck. So it's probably, yeah, we've got board wipe. Don't want to cut these. It's really one of these 3. I could cut Crash and Burn. I don't really want to. I think it's very good, but it's going to be a tough sell to not cut Crash and Burn with everything else that I've got here. I mean, unless I really want to cut Armory. I could cut the Armory. I don't need my dudes mounted to, yeah. Tough one. It's just nice to have that. I think Crash and Burn is pretty good, especially since it's instant speed. And then our removal count is really nice, as well as all the board wipes. And then Duretti, at this point, can get back... How many artifacts do we even have? We have 3 artifacts. So Duretti, I guess, isn't even looking that good anymore. Basically, now the plan is sack a treasure to get back a Ether Jacket or a Mech Cycle. I don't think he's worth it. So we'll get off that. Now I'm back down to 14 creatures. So could do the Surveyor. I don't really like the Surveyor, but I think gotta do what we gotta do, maybe. Really bizarre. Really bizarre. But this is what we got. Multiple board wipes. That could be good for us, even if you're playing aggro. It's kind of suboptimal. It's really not what you necessarily want to do when you're aggro. But Explosive Getaway has that extra bonus of being really good value if on the right board. I mean, you save one of your creatures and you potentially wipe their board. And remember, Pile-Up's got cycling. So, hey, you're beaten down. You don't really want to wipe the board. I'm happy to cycle it. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about this deck. I've heard red and white are the worst colors, and I keep drafting them, and I keep getting my butt kicked, so maybe they're right. But this is what we got. We'll run it like this. What's the colors? Twice as much red as white, but we need white early, so I agree with the split. Am I still okay with the Raceway? I think so. I like having free Start Your Engine on top. I mean, especially with the Spike Spitter on top of the Rummage effect is good. So we'll keep it. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. Well, we're in round 1 here with a keep. We've got removal into Tyrant into Surveyor. Pretty good turn progression. Like I said, I still think 2 mana 3/3s are good enough. But, oh, I should have... I didn't play the red mana for Road Rage. Oh, well, I guess Road Rage wouldn't have mattered that much anyway. So, options now. I guess we do the Tyrant still, because next turn I can go Goda plus Road Rage and kill their Tyrant. I like that. I forget what this does. You get to... Okay. Pretty good with the mounts and such. Might actually trade now. Yeah. So I think same plan as before. We'll just do the Goda and then pass. Leave up Road Rage, especially if they like play a mount or something or a vehicle to try and get the coordinator value. All right. Okay, well, let's get the Surveyor down. A good card, but thankfully we've got removal for it. All right. Got one card left. So just crash and burn now. Oh, they're tapped out. Do this one for now. Okay. Well, now we're just gonna be patient, I guess. This pulls up vehicles too, right? All right. Vehicle creatures you control of the chosen type. Each creature controls. Okay. That's acceptable, I guess. And the cruise for 3. All right. So I can wait to get my 2-for-1. I'm kind of okay with that. Debating waiting one more turn here, but there's probably not enough reason to now. Pretty solid 2-for-1. I have another one. Those are uncommons too. They have 3 of them. It's pretty sweet. All right, that's nice. So now we can do Mech Cycle, We do Ox. We do Mech Cycle, Crew. Just get him for 5. Nice. All right, it's gonna be tricky. All right, that was a good draw. So I can't let them. That's all right. We're kind of, as long as we have the gunner, we're okay, because we can get the rummage going. Yeah. Guess we're just patiently waiting. Another one. I don't want to lightning strike them just to get a speed bonus. All right. It's a weird splash. I see though, to get the pilots. All right. Fair enough. I mean, we got that board wipe, so that's good. Oh, Spike Spitter, huh? Well, I guess now we have some incentive to get in with this, because they don't have any reach either. Okay. Yeah, we can get in with the glider for some speed. They're going to get more pilots. It's not the end of the world. This has vigilance too, so that's nice. Saddles for 3 though. Not the all of our lightning strikes, I guess. No reach. Okay. All right. Close to max speed. Free spells with Spike Spitter at that point. I mean, we have the board wipe, so I'm not too worried about all these pilots they're getting. And I probably save my, I don't know what I save at this point. They just want max speed for Pride of the Road, which I guess makes sense. So we'll just eat a couple for now. Take 2. All right. So we can get our max speed. And we got 7 mana. So we can't do that plus lightning strikes. So we probably do the, well, this makes better use of mana. This keeps up 2 lightning strikes though, so I think that's better. Got our max speed. And Surveyor's turned on. We'll do the links and then leave up the lightning strikes. Sure. Should have let him attack first, I guess. But that's okay. So draw here. I've got 11 cards left in my deck. I gotta be careful with this gunner now too. Oh, well, there's that's gonna be pretty good. So I can actually bounce the spike spitter. Yeah. It's basically, yeah. Do I want to attack first? I think so. I think we attack first because I'm gonna, yeah. Can I put a counter on anything? Oh, creatures you control with counters on gain hexproof and indestructible. Wow. Wait. So I can put it on the links? That's pretty strong. But maybe I want to put it on the glider actually because of the flying. You can see that making more sense. Lifelink's pretty good though too. Okay, so the play is getting with the Ox and the glider. And I think I'm going to keep the flyer. When in doubt, I feel like keeping the evasion is smarter. And let's see how they block. So now we'll make the glider indestructible with hexproof until end of turn. All right, and then the play is Getaway, exiling Spike Spitter. Oh, that was sweet. Fuel the Flames looking pretty good. Kills almost everything in their deck. So why don't we just play every board wipe under the sun, I guess, and cut maybe Crash and Burn. So it didn't show us a lot of fatties that we can't. I mean, Pride of the Road, I guess, but and the Spike Spitter. Yeah, there's a couple, but we've got outs to them, so I'll bring in Fuel the Flames. I just feel like I'm gonna like it. I didn't have any reach for flyers, which is a good sign. Keep it. Okay, well, we'll see you for round 2. All right, round 2, we'll play first. I think I'm going to keep it. This hand's obviously a little bit dangerous, but we can play the Catalyzer. We can cycle pile up. We've got other board wipes in here, guys, so it's not the worst thing. That's a good one. Hey, that's pretty sweet, actually. Great rip. Ooh. Free cards with lifelink. I think I'm going to go for that instead. So we're missing out on some damage for good value against a potential aggro deck. I think it's worth. And the upside of digging up lanes with this hand in particular is way too good to pass up. They got a lightning strike. I would if I were them. No, you're not going to do it. Ooh, got our own starter engines? Nice. Dig up a plains. Nice. That worked well. Sure. I like that. Really? It's a bit surprising. Can play the Catalyzer to trade with the Blockbuster and potentially get some bigger dudes. They're missing a land drop here too. It also keeps them off max speed, which I kind of like. I don't want to I'd rather just trade these off or get a removal out of their hand than take a bunch of damage each turn. All right. So this, if they pour mana into it, can deal more damage. But I think we'll trade here. All right. We're going to play the Gunner. I get a Rummage. Yeah. It's fine. I can always cycle this if I need to. See how many fatties they got. All right. Spike Spitter. So this attacks as a 6/6. So basically, if I play the Spike Spitter, I can double block. Can Rummage here, but I still kind of want the extra land, so I'll just play a Spike Spitter and pass. We'll go for a double block. Sure. All right, they're out of action, which is good. Oh, this is great if they don't attack. I love that. So we can just make our card quality better until we need a board wipe. No rush. Might as well offer trades. No attacks. That's shocking. All right. We're just going to be patient here. Okay. No rush. Boost Buggy's pretty sweet. Sure. So they use removal. This is okay. Just have no trample. So we're going to take 8. That's all right. And this has vigilance, so block the most amount of damage, take 8. So now we'll go in, line up, board wipe. And play the Ox. And pass. Sure. All right. Two cards left. Okay. So I think I'll strike this. Oh, I can't. So we got 7. So I guess we just do Mustang. Saddle. Get in. Counter here. Doesn't matter really how they block. We'll just kill the omnivore. Okay. So, yeah, We just play 2 creatures here. We just go Jacket plus Surveyor. Because the Mustang's going to untap too. And we'll saddle here. Saddle here. And again for 4. And counter there. Again for 8. I'm fine with that. Wow. Wasn't expecting a concession there, but we'll take it. So they're playing a fatty deck, which makes our board wipes that much better. Actually, well, they're not really playing a fatty deck, I guess. They're playing a green value deck, which is one of the better decks in the format, but I don't think we need the Fuel the Flames this time. Could do the Compactor. It's probably too expensive. I think our removal's good enough. So we'll run it back. I don't anticipate them playing the same way. That's the challenge of having board wipes in best of 3, is your opponent plays around it. However, once we play, if we play that board wipe first, then they won't play around that second one. No one expects the second rare board wipe in limited. I mean, them having a 5/4 for 3 is pretty nuts. Lightning Strike does not deal with that bad boy. I got to keep this hand, obviously. And even getting to go Ox into Disciple Lifelink Pump is pretty nice. Opponent mulligans, that's always helpful, particularly on the play. All right. So, yeah, probably same plan as before. Ox into Disciple. All right. 1 removal down. So now we'll probably do the Ether Jacket into Spike Spitter, I guess. Two cards left in their hand. All right, well, it's a good sign. Might have to take a little bit of a beating here. They did get the 4th land. It's a good trade with the Blockbuster. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm going to play the Spike Spitter next turn, so. This way, if they have removal, they don't just, straight up get us. If I kept that, I could have upped our count a little bit, but I think this is okay. All right, I mean, jeez. Looking pretty good. But Mustang actually is not bad here. So they have 1 card left. I could use 2 removals and just take care of the Imperiosaur. I kind of like that. I see the problem. I mean, another option is to play. I guess the question really is, what do I value more? Having removal or having creature? Because if I play Goat, I can double block the Imperiosaur as well. Or actually, I guess I could play Disciple, attack with Spike Spitter, and then block Imperiosaur with Disciple and Road Rage. Actually, that's not bad. Why don't we do that? This ups my count. Gains me some life. If they kill Disciple, I'm kind of in trouble, but I'm hoping they don't. Sure. All right. Probably do the Mustang now. All right. We'll take rapid fire concessions. I like that. We'll see for round 3. Gotta keep this. We got the old board wipe. We got removal. We got Goda. Okay. It's pretty strong. All right. Kill that. At least they have to pay for only 1 mana, though. It's kind of like new Millstone. Could up the count in my deck if they're a legitimate mill deck, but chances of them being a mill deck, I think, are probably pretty low. All right, that's fine. We can at least make a treasure here with our Ether Jacket. Oh, man. I want to do the mech cycle is what I want to do. But no, we'll offer the trade. They have 2 cards left? All right. Oh, they took it. Well, that's good news. Didn't use the monument. They could have, right, with the bike? That's strange. Well, guess I can do mech cycle here. Can always exhaust. All right. Beast Rider. Whoops. Oh, I see. They want to untap it because untap all creatures. I guess that makes sense. And they can actually use that to pump too. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is permanently a creature now, huh? It's nice. But yeah, they can pump. Let's attack. Here's what I'm gonna do. They can save the Beast Rider though, huh? Yeah. It's not gonna work so hot. Now I'm in trouble. All right. Well, yeah, put myself in a bit of a predicament here. What cards again? I got 3 in the yard. Okay. Because if I attack with the Goda, they just probably block with the Vanguard and then pump, or block with the bike and then pump. If they block with a bike and pump, it's better for me, but I need them to not have open mana. It's the issue here. And now they can blow up the mech cycle too. But if they tap out, then I'm looking better. Basically, I'm going to attack with mech cycle now. Guess I was supposed to do it last turn too. Yeah, it's probably true. So I'll make them use their compactor, which is good. No attacks. That's unexpected. All right. So we'll go ahead and attack with mech cycle and jacket. Might as well attack with Goda too, now that I think about it. I don't think it fizzles it if they kill the jacket, but we're going to find out the hard way here. Oh, I guess it does fizzle it. All right. Found out the hard way. Thought since it's on a different line. And in this case, it's the difference between probably winning or losing this game. So good to know for the future. That always confuses me. It's on a different line, so I would think that that means that it won't fizzle if the thing doesn't exile, but I guess it does for some reason. And like I said, it's the difference between winning and losing this game, so it's kind of frustrating, but it's the way it's got to be. And it actually makes me feel better that he's got Hazard of the Dunes, because that means I probably wouldn't have won anyway. But then did draw my other board wipe. I don't even want to show him this because we're not in good position to win, unfortunately, because of the monument. I mean, I guess I could blow the monument up with the right draw. It's got a mascot in there too. Okay. How many lightning strikes do I have left? Not enough. Might have to take some. I think we're just gonna lose to this monument, basically. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I could have blown up the monument with my ether jacket too. Man, I think I'm just bummed out more than anything. All right, they have Letho with the monument, which is just an insanely strong. What an insanely strong limited card. All right, we'll concede so we don't show them our whole library. Question is usually, do you up your? I think because we have outs to artifacts, I'm not gonna up my deck. I don't think that's a good winning strategy. Wow, their deck looks insanely good. Yeah. Do we have anything I want to bring in? Compactor for fatties might not be a bad idea. Over I have no idea. Certainly not over board wipes. Don't really want to cut a creature. All right, well, never mind. We'll stick with the Road Rage because we have 6 mounts, so it still is potentially good in here. Okay. Gonna have to aggro our opponent down, I guess. It's gonna be tough. Okay, play first. I mean, this hand is god-awful, but we're gonna keep it. It's got a board wipe, so let's hope that's good enough. And that we don't just rip a bunch of lands. So yeah, I guess don't exile your creature if they have removal because it counters the whole spell for some reason. I'm sure someone has an explanation and I'll read it and pretend like I understand it, but That's the funny thing about Magic. You can directly have something explained to you, and it's still like, what was that? Okay, I guess I still don't get it, but so many phases and layers. I would have made a absolutely dreadful judge. Oh my god, they would have fired me. They wouldn't have let me be a judge. They'd have been like, "Sorry, you're not smart enough to be a level 1 judge. You need to go back to elementary school." That's what they would have said to me. You can't even figure out the rules for a game you've been playing for 30 years. I don't think you're fit to be in society. You need to go be a pariah somewhere. Well, all this 3 damage removal's certainly not going to look so good against their 4 force. That's for sure. All right. Yeah. I'm still going to attack into the bike. I'd rather have the treasure. And I can only save one of my creatures anyway. Honestly, I almost feel like it's a bluff activating it, because there's no reason to not activate it, and they're probably hoping I don't attack into it. But I'm going to attack into it. Oh, in fact, yeah, I've got the lightning strike. Well, that's perfect then. We'll attack first, and then I'll lightning strike here. Beautiful. Oh, darn. Yep. Pretty tough race to win. Huh. Guess that'll work. No trample, right? Oh, thank goodness. What a bummer. This was not a favorable matchup for us. All right, well, we got absolutely annihilated in round 3. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, did we get annihilated. Yeah, land is not going to do it. All right. Ended up going 2-1. Pretty brutal round 3. But the other 2 rounds, actually, our opponent just kind of didn't want to play Magic. They log on to play Magic and then don't want to play Magic. It's a weird choice. All right. Pack 1, pick 1. This Wrapping is a cool card. It's pretty slow, but the Embalm is pretty insane, so you just recast it and it's bigger. Oh, it's not bigger. I feel like the one time I had to play against this, they were bigger for some reason. Oh, it's because they come back as zombies. I'm like, why were they bigger? Because they're coming back as zombies. So yeah, they are bigger. All right, that's really good. Roadside Blowout's cool. Just take the Wrappings. The upside of it is huge for grindiness. All right. Loot the Pathfinder. Well, it's 3 color, but it's got Double Strike, Vigilance, and Haste, and then a bunch of amazing abilities. So I'd probably just take that. Broodwagon blows things up. Love the Ketrodon. This is 3 colors, but I'd go for it. That's an insane card. Really, really good value. The deal 3 damage and draw 3 is really nice. Unstoppable Plan. Probably don't need that. I mean, untapping your permanents can be good, but it's not exciting enough for first pick. This is kind of an unexciting pick, though. I guess I'd go with the Javelineer. I think I like it more than Collax Ion. That ability is actually pretty sweet. Just lets you make more attacks. And finally, we have Sky Crash versus Captain. Oh, never mind. You just take the Lightning Strike. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. See you for the next one.